Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Respectfully pay homage to the Buddha, the one, the worthy one, the Zod, the one, the fully awakened and enlightened one. First of all, I would like to pay homage to the Buddha, the wonderful Dharma of the Buddha, and the harmonious Sangha. Today is December 16, 2021. We are at Pháp Nhãn Temple on Zoom of Buddhist study. First of all, we would like to wish my sister and brother and your loved one were full of peace, health, joy, understanding, and love. Today we would like to invite my brother Hilak to recite the daily chanting number 5 for the Sangha. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Yes, I would like to say, and brother Hilak chanting. Not yet.
Namo Bansu Tikka Mauni Fat. Namo Bansu Tikka Maunani Nifat. Namo Bansu Tikka Mauni Fat. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Buddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Respectfully pay homage to the Buddha, the world-honored one, the worthy one, the exalted one, the fully awakened and enlightened one. Praising the Buddha, as wonderful as the lotus flower, as bright as the northern star, let us come back and take refuge in the teacher of gods and human beings. Taking refuge in yourself, the Buddha has taught, dear disciples, in the great ocean of birth, death, and samsara. Be yourself swimming to the shore of liberation. Be yourself lighting the torch to God. Be yourself taking refuge in yourself. Be yourself taking refuge in your own island. Be yourself making the island for your own refuge. Be yourself taking refuge in your own stable cultivation. Do not take refuge in anyone or anything else. Use the Dharma as the lamp to illuminate yourself. Use the Dharma as the island for yourself. Use the Dharma as the best refuge for yourself. Use the Dharma to practice and benefit yourself and other people right in the present life. Therefore, you are determined to take refuge in the right Dharma, not to take refuge in the wrong Dharma or anything else. To take refuge in the right Dharma means to take refuge in cultivation of your own virtue, meditation, wisdom, deliverance, and deliverance with right understanding. Not to take refuge in the wrong Dharma means not to take refuge in Brahma, gods, devils, monsters, heresies, wrong Dharma, wrong teachings, wrong teachers, bad people, and bad environment. In Digha Nikaya Mahaparinibbana Sutta number 16, before entering Nibbana, the Buddha has advised his disciples, dear disciples, everything is impermanent and changing. Make every effort to cultivate and practice the Buddha Dharma more and more to bring joy and happiness for yourselves and for the other people right here, right now, in the present life. These are my essential and practical teachings for you all. As well-trained people skillfully learning, understanding, applying, and practicing the Buddha Dharma in daily life flexibility, regularly and properly, like the strong lions, we do not fear any sound and noise in life. As well-trained people skillfully learning, understanding, applying, and practicing the Buddha Dharma in the daily life flexibility, regularly and properly, like the winds blow, we are not afraid to get stuck in a net. As well-trained people skillfully learning, understanding, applying, and practicing the Buddha Dharma in the daily life of flexible, regularly and properly, like fresh lotuses growing out of the mud and murky water without being polluted by the mud and murky water. In a similar way, we live in a world, but we are not polluted by the world. As well-trained people skillfully learning, understanding, applying, and practicing the Buddha Dharma in the daily life flexibly, regularly, and properly, like the finest atoms of ourselves, we are not afraid of all the obstacles and storms of life. As well-trained people skillfully learning, understanding, applying, and practicing the Buddha Dharma in the daily life flexibly, regularly, and properly, like the mighty rhinos, we take the stablest and strongest steps forward in life. When being aware of clearly understanding and practicing so, we are the most peaceful and happiest people in the world. From the application and practice of Buddhism fluently, we have the ability to contribute to bringing the fruits and flowers of peace and happiness to many right here and right now in the present life. Namo the original master Sakyamuni Buddhaya. Namo the original master Sakyamuni Buddhaya. Namo the original master Sakyamuni Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya.
Thank you, Brother Hilak, for your just finished reciting the daily chanting number 5. This learn by heart. In the future, we will say the Dharma by bringing this teaching to everybody. It's a very powerful chanting. It's a very clearly similar teaching. That's why when we have new chanting, we have new learning and new Dharma. All the time we say the Dharma would are very powerful and strong teaching of the Buddha. Okay, today we would like to invite Dharma sister and brother to keep learning, stepping into freedom. Yes. Chapter 3, but part 3, chapter 28 today. Okay, yes. Now we start chapter 38. We have a total part 3, total 39, but today 38, relating to Laypeople. When laymen and laywomen come to the monastery, it is not only for them to offer respect to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, but also to be able to enjoy a peaceful and joyful atmosphere of the monastery. Now in Vietnamese thì hôm nay chúng ta học cái chương oai nghi phần thứ 3, chương 3 là nó có 39 chương. Bây giờ mình học tới cái chương thứ 38, cái liên hệ với cái người cư sĩ. Laypeople, at that time we can say Upasaka, Upasika là người cư sĩ. Khi mà người cư sĩ á, đi tới chùa, đi tới tu viện, đi tới tinh xá, đi tới đạo tràng vân vân, thì họ không những là tôn kính tôn kính Đức Phật nè, lạy Phật, Pháp và Tăng, tức là Tam Bảo, mà còn họ cũng có thể thưởng thức cái không gian an lạc và vui vẻ của thiền môn. Here you see, thì ở đây nhắc cho chúng ta là chúng ta đi tới chùa quý kính Tam Bảo rồi mà còn tôn kính cái môi trường an lành của thiền môn. Now dear Dharma sister brother, here is that when you see when the monastery or the temple or the vihara in Bali or Sanskrit language, other time we can call vihara, or we can say Dhamma center, vihara, temple, Buddhist temple, or Dhamma place, or depend the place where we use another name. But Upasaka, Upasika, Upasaka for the layman, Upasika for lay woman. Other time we can say Upasaka, Upasika. When they have time to go to the temple, to go to the monastery, other time they have a good heart to pay respect to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We can say the triple jump on the ritual. The chanting number 3, we have 3 chanting. I vow, or I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Buddha. I vow from now unto my whole life not to take refuge in the Brahma, God, Deva, evil thing, etc. You see, another time we have like that, chanting number 3 or number 1. Other time we have some chanting like that. And they not only pay homage to the triple jump, but also they join the peaceful and joyful atmosphere of the monastery. You see why? Because when we are good Dhamma practitioner, when we are good Dhamma sister and brother, and the people go to the temple, all the time we have a peaceful energy. And when they go to the temple, maybe they will expect, they have feeling good from us. They expect they have a good feeling from Dhamma practitioner, the Dhamma sister and Dhamma brother. You see, sometimes belong to the temple, but more energy, more peaceful energy from the Dhamma practitioner. You see, the temple, of course, the temple peaceful is okay, but sometimes depend on Dhamma practitioner. The temple beautiful, nice, and quiet place. But no, it doesn't matter. Depend on Dhamma practitioner. If we are good, you see, somebody go to your, for example, somebody go to our family. Of course, our home, our family, our home very nice, very rich, for example. But depend on us, depend on people. The people who are good practitioner, all the time, they will transmit peaceful energy to them. You see, so the Dhamma practice is very important. The temple, rich, poor, medium, this doesn't matter. Anything depend on practitioner, depend on Dhamma brother and sister. You see, who practice the Buddha well, learn and practice the Buddha the same way. Oh, very happy. When I go to the temple, I feel touch the fruits and flower of peacefulness and happiness from Dhamma practitioner. That's why those who have good opportunity to go to temple, and we are happy, we are good, we are good Dharma practitioner all the time. They are feeling because very peaceful, and all the time they like. If they go to the temple and we are not happy, sometimes the temple very rich, the temple very nice, but they go to the temple, we are not happy all the time. They don't have good feeling about Dharma brother and sister. Also the same way, if they have time to go to our family, at home, our family, but we are not good, we are not welcome. Oh, sorry, they don't have a good feeling from householder, sister and brother also. That's why people very important. Dharma brother and sister, Dharma practitioner very important. That's why we learn here and we know. Not sometimes we think that quiet temple, a peaceful temple, but it's a small thing. The more small meaning, big meaning or meaningful from Dharma practitioner. That's why when we are good Dharma practitioner, they go to a temple. The temple where it is good, rich or not, it doesn't matter. But if they think, oh, thầy sĩ, for example, brother Pháp Thanh, who are good Dharma practitioner, he like say, oh, may I follow your way. And because you thấy also here about Pháp Nhãn temple, oh, it's okay. But here about Dharma practitioner, oh, thầy sĩ, thầy Pháp Thanh, cô Hạnh Minh, oh, very good. Now, maybe if you have a race ceremony, big ceremony, please let me know the schedule when your temple organized. You see, so Dharma brother and sister very important. That's why we know and we learn near future, and we have a little bit comparison about the temple, about the temple in our heart. You see, the more we understand, the more we have peace, joy, and happiness. All the time we say, oh, so in this case, rich temple, poor temple, not rich temple. It doesn't matter. Anything depends on peaceful practitioner. You see, that's why we know, we learn here and we know, and we happy. Như vậy chúng ta thấy cái môi trường đó an bình đó là không những chỉ cho cái ngôi chùa, nhưng mà quan trọng là cái người hành giả mà an lành, an lạc thì ta đến chùa ta có chắc an chắc lạc. Còn mà tới chùa giàu hoặc là chùa không giàu hoặc là chùa nghèo mà hành giả rượu buồn thì người ta không tới. So you see here, but also you see, but also atmosphere to enjoy a peaceful and joyful atmosphere of monastery. This maybe it's I think this literary meaning, but figurative meaning is more important about Dharma practice. Như vậy chúng ta thấy là cái người hành giả rất là quan trọng, cái người mà sống ở chùa rất là quan trọng, mà về tới đó mà cái người hành giả mà sầu buồn không có vui á là không có phương pháp tu tập. You see here, if we are a good Dharma practitioner, Dharma sister and brother who are good practitioner, but we are follow the Buddha way, we have the right way to follow. All the time we always happy like brother Hila. And people go to the temple, they feel happy. You see, they feel happy and peaceful from us, from ourselves. But if we are not good Dharma practitioner, they go to a temple, they think, oh, the temple very nice, very quiet, but the practitioner not nice, not quiet. Sometimes they unhappy, sometimes they are sorrowful. Oh, how can the practitioner transmit peaceful energy to them? That's why Dharma sister and brother who are good practitioner are very important for those who have good time to go to a temple, to go to the monastery. You see, and then we understand us, and then we are happy. Lay people also want to learn the teaching, so they can take them home and practice mindfulness with their family. Therefore, make a concerted effort to provide an opportunity for lay visitors to enjoy the most precious gift the monastery can offer. Người cư sĩ cũng muốn học cái lời dạy của Đức Phật để làm gì? Để họ mà có thể đi về nhà đó thì họ có thể thực tập chánh niệm nè, với gia đình của họ. Cái này quý vị thấy không? Tức là người ta tới chùa, người ta học được cái hay của người hành giả để gì? Người ta ứng dụng cái lời Phật dạy vào trong đời sống hàng ngày thì nó mới ý nghĩa hơn. Chứ người tới chùa mà không học được cái gì hết á thì lúc đó người ta tới nó mất cái ý nghĩa. Do vậy đó, để mà thực hiện cái sự tinh tấn, sự tinh tấn để có một cái cơ hội tốt cho cái người cư sĩ á, để thưởng thức những cái món quà trân quý nhất mà tu viện có thể thực tập, có thể cống hiến. Trong trường hợp này có nghĩa là gì? Mình mới nói là cái câu này có nghĩa là cái người mà đến chùa người ta học được những lời hay từ hành giả thì lúc đó người ta mới có cái cơ hội sửa cho chính bản thân họ và đồng thời cho cái người thân của họ. Thì cái người hành giả tu viện cũng là một cái món quà quý giá nhất mà họ có thể thưởng thức được. Now you see here it has two meaning. First meaning you see when they have time to go to the temple and to practice something good. You see, they go to the temple, but the monk or the nun or the monastery people who live the temple, they don't have good Dharma to learn. They don't have good Dharma to practice. That's why lay people go to the temple. They don't learn something good from monastery people. And when they go to the temple, all the time they learn something good from practitioner, Dharma practitioner. And they can bring the Buddha teaching to benefit themselves and other people and their loved one. They very happy. You see, and they will go to the temple, but they never learn something good. They hear something not good from about monastery people, something unhappy from monastery people. They cannot benefit themselves and other people and their loved one. That's why here in this teaching remarks, when they have lay people have good time to go to the temple, they learn something good, something practical, something new from Dharma sister and brother, and then they can bring the Buddha, they learn the Buddha teaching, practice the Buddha teaching, and apply the Buddha teaching into their daily life, and that's and then they feel happy more and more. They feel happier and happier. This first idea, and second idea, you see, and you see when the monastery people who are living in the temple, in the monastery, if they are good practitioners, they are the blessed gift. When they go to the temple, they think the monk or the nun who are good person, who are good practitioner. We not only support the temple but also support the monastery people because they are good learner, good practitioner. That's why Dharma practitioner who are the good precious gift and precious gift. That's why when they hear about monastery people, they have strong and stable confidence in the triple jump. You see, if the monastery people who live in the temple, sometimes they say something angry with each other. How can they good exemplary people? You see, and that's why the monastic people who have good time to live together in the temple or monastery, they are good practitioners. And lay people who are so busy, 1 week, maybe 1 month, they have good time to go to a temple. They hear about us. We are good practitioners. They learn something good from us, from the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. All the time they will have strong and stable confidence in the triple jump. They support and protect the triple jump with good heart from them. You see, that's why we are, if we are monastic people, even we are students of the Buddha, we are well trained and well educated disciple of the Buddha. When people who are not yet learning the Buddha teaching, and they hear about it, brother Pháp Thành, brother Hy Lạc, sister Hạnh Minh, cô Diệu Thúy, cô Từ Bi Lạc, brother Thầy Sĩ, who are good practitioner, who are good learner. And when I'm very, I live far away from you, but when I have good time to make a call to you or to visit your temple, I feel happy. You see, I have strong confidence about triple jump in the Pháp Nhãn temple, for example, and that's why if we are good practitioner, we can contribute to good thing to them. And the more we understand that, the more we should do something right, think about something right, and say something wholesome. They have strong confidence in triple jump. When we understand that all the time they are happy, we are happy too. That's why brother Hy Lạc, when we have good time to meet together in Austin airport, maybe 10 years ago, until now, from that time until now, we are Dharma brother. And we would like to thank COVID-19. Without COVID-19 and without Zoom, without study online, Zoom online, right? And now without brother Pháp Thành. And we would like to another way. We would like to thank Mr. Chu Hải, Diệu Thúy, brother in the same family, you see. And without Mr. Chu Hải, and we don't have this room until now. From 1 year, around from that time until now, it's near 1 year. Without him, without Zoom, you see, without COVID and without brother Pháp Thành, without Zoom, and maybe we don't have the class. And right now we have enough good condition to meet together, you see. And without my living in Austin, without sister Hạnh Minh, and without Chu Hải and Zoom, we don't have Zoom, and we don't miss cô Diệu Thúy and cô Tư Bà Lạc. That's why we are good practitioners. When we do something good, we have a good opportunity to nurture and to develop something wholesome. And we can say God, Dharma guardian, or we can say God. You see, Dharma God can protect us, protect our life. That's why we are well trained, well educated disciple of the Buddha. Namo Buddhaya. And that's That's why we on earth, not only this life, but also next life, reverse life. We are Dharma brother and sister already, but now in this life, different country, different language, but idea the same. You see, and now we are Dharma brother and sister in the Buddha family. If we are not Dharma children of the Buddha, we never meet together. That's why we the more we understand, the more we do something right, do something wholesome, and we hope not this life, next life, another. We go somewhere, we support and rotate together, and we're very wonderful, very good, very lucky for us to meet together. We sometimes we think, now dear sister and brother, now all over the world, on earth, more than 7 billion, you see. But now, how can we choose and to make friends together? Many people, but right now, some people like us, and we meet together. Maybe we are Dharma friend, Dharma brother and sister. Not only this life, but also next life, previous life. That's why we should become good Dharma practitioner. We are well-trained, well-educated disciple of the Buddha. When we understand a lot of Dharma, we are happy, and the Buddha happy too. Okay, now here you see, so precious gift, you see, precious gift, we can say precious gift to the monastery of can offer. Do not become involved in useless talk. We can say idle talk about what is going on outside the monastery, or in discussion subject of an abstract or philosophical nature, even the Buddhist one, or we can say even the Buddhist teaching. You see, talk only about practices, practical teaching, and teaching that can be applied in our daily life. In Vietnamese. Và đừng có hỏi cái câu này có nghĩa là gì, đừng có liên quan, hay đừng có hỏi đừng có nói những gì mà nó không có hữu ích, nó không có hữu ích cho những gì mà ở bên ngoài cái tu viện, hoặc là đừng có liên quan thảo luận những cái chủ đề nào mà có tính cách trừu tượng, hay là lý thuyết, hay là có tính cách triết học, thậm chí là cái lời dạy của Đức Phật, thậm chí là cái lời dạy quan đây là mình hiểu là teaching á, lời dạy của Đức Phật. Và chúng ta hỏi chỉ hỏi những cái gì mà có tính cách là thực tiễn thôi, những lời dạy mà nó có thể ứng dụng vào trong đời sống hàng ngày. Cái đoạn kinh văn này có nghĩa là vậy đó. Cái câu này cũng rất là hay nha quý vị ha. Câu này là câu first sentence á, câu này rất là hay. Có nghĩa là gì, mình nói những gì á, nó có liên quan về cái đời sống tu học trong tu viện thì được. Chứ còn mà mình không có hỏi gì có liên quan tu viện, mà mình cứ ở bên ngoài mình nói không mà có cách lý thuyết và trừu tượng, hoặc mình hỏi gì nó không có ăn nhập vì đời sống người nhà tu hết á, thì lúc đó mình đừng có hỏi, mà mình hỏi những cái câu nó có thiết thực và trong cái đời sống hàng ngày thì nó hay hơn. Và mà những cái hỏi nào có tính cách là thực tập mà lời dạy của Đức Phật ứng dụng vào đời sống hàng ngày thì hay hơn. Now, dear Dharma sister and brother, you see, sometimes those who have good time to go to a temple, but some question, they ask about the master, monastic people, only theory, only philosophical nature, some Western with abstract. Now please don't act like that. Go to the temple, ask about the some Western with very practical. If in a family, for example, we have a trouble with parent, with husband, with wife, with children, master. Oh, nowadays I'm suffer and suffer. Do you have something good? Now please help me. You see, now I have a trouble with my wife. Sometimes I eat a lot. Sometimes I sleep a lot. My wife disturb me, for example. And sometimes I sleep a lot. My parents disturb me. Now how can please can you do you have good method to give advice? Give me advice, good advice. Ask some question like that, but don't ask some question with very theoretical. It's not good. Abstract. Sometimes go to a temple, don't ask about the Buddha practical teaching, but only ask about philosophy. With only theoretical. No, not good. Now you see, do you know? Today I go to a temple. You see here, long time I understand the Buddha teaching, but right now, do you know? After this life, how can we meet together? You see, and you see, after this life, and where do you know where you was born? and you know, after this life, where can you live this country again? Some question like that. It's not got. Maybe this only philosophy. It's not good. But go to a temple, we ask about our life. They at home, at school, at company, at society. Some Western we have trouble with friends, with loved one, with relative, something like that. All time. This better. Now please don't ask some question with theoretical, philosophical, and abstract. Now please stop. We go to the temple. We don't spend broad time learning the Dharma of the Buddha and practicing the Buddha Dharma. Only bring a story outside, story in society to a temple. It's not good. You see. So in Vietnamese have one sentence very good. Chuyện đời bớt nói lại, niệm Phật niệm nhiều hơn. You see, go to a temple, but don't spend proper time learning and practicing the Buddha teaching. Only read the story outside society. Oh, yesterday I met accident from this way, that way. Now I tell you, dangerous. You see, something not related to the teaching of the Buddha teaching in the temple, on the temple. Now, don't mention something outside. Only practical. Some Western, something very practical from our life is better. That's why we understand. And now, when we learn and we should apply the Buddha teaching effective and practical, that's why, and we are very happy more. Now, and here the last sentence, in this paragraph, talk only about practical practices and teaching that can be applied in our daily life. Yeah, this is relate together. You see. Very important when we understand that. Right? Offer lay people an opportunity to listen to the Dharma talk, to listen the Dharma talk, and practice sitting meditation, walking meditation, conscious breathing, eating meal in silence, and doing on the text in mindfulness when they visit, even for a day, even for a day. Before we discuss this paragraph, I would like to mention this more. Even the Buddhist, ones means even Buddhist teaching. Sometimes you see we ask some question, but only practical, only theory, abstract or philosophical nature. All the time the question not doesn't belong to or relate to practical teaching. Now please stop. Even the Buddha teaching, some question we ask not practical, it's not good. That's why here we learn and we know. And this paragraph, you see, in Vietnamese, và chúng ta có cái cơ hội hiến dâng hay là cống hiến cho cái người cư sĩ một cái cơ hội lắng nghe pháp. You see, to listen to Dharma talk, lắng nghe pháp và cống hiến cho cái người cư sĩ một cái cơ hội để thực tập ngồi thiền, hướng dẫn cho họ ngồi thiền, hành thiền, tọa thiền và cái hơi thở, cách chánh niệm, và ăn cơm trong im lặng và làm những việc làm trong chánh niệm khi họ viếng thăm, cho dù là một ngày. You see here, and this sentence very good. You see here, when lay people have good opportunity to go to the temple, but monastic people who are living in the monastery, they are not they are lazy. Monastic people who are lazy, not spend a lot of time learning and practice the Buddha Dharma well. And when lay people go to the temple, monastic people don't have good Dharma to say, to teach them. You see, this is not good. That's why monastic people who have a lot of freedom, a lot of time learning and practicing the Dharma well, and better and better. And lay people have time to go to the temple all the time. They have good heart to donate something to the temple. And we are monastic people, we are Dharma brother, Dharma sister, Dharma practitioner to say the Dharma. But some teaching very, very effective and practical to them, and they are very happy. But only say the Dharma, some teaching not similar, not relate to their life, not good. You see, and now they because lay people who have busy life, don't have time, enough time to go to the temple regularly. They are busy earning money, take care their family, take care their children, take care their loved one and relative. So they don't have enough time to study the Buddha teaching, to learn the Buddha teaching. But monastic people who have good time, a lot of freedom, a lot of practice, when lay people go to a temple, all the time monastic people have duty to say Dharma. But the Dharma which are very practical and effective to them, and they learn something good. See, that's why we say the Dharma, but the teaching which are not related to the life is not good. You see, and when we understand the Dharma, our Dharma talk relate their life, and they are very happy. That's why the monastic people who have a lot of freedom spend a lot of time learning and practicing the Buddha Dharma well. And when lay people go to a temple, we have duty to say Dharma, and they are very happy. but they go to the temple, they offer the temple something, but we don't have good method to guide. We say, okay, now pay homage to the Buddha 3 times enough, nothing to guide. You see, only pay respect to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Now prostrate, you see, pay homage to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha 3 times, and okay, and nothing to guide, no Dharma to share, not good. That's why they have something. They have some donation to the temple. Monastery people who live in temple, we should have Dharma talk. We can say Dharma given, because Dharma given is more effective than more effective than food drink donation. So we can say Dharma given, bố thí pháp. Bố thí vật chất là gọi là material given. This is normal, everybody can do. But Dharma given is very important. You see, and if when we say the Dharma given, when we say the Dharma talk, but our Dharma sharing which are not related to their life, not good practitioner. That's why we are good people who good practitioner who say the Dharma which are related to their life, and they are very happy. The teaching, when they understand the Buddha teaching, listen to the Buddha teaching, they can bring the Buddha teaching in, apply the Buddha teaching in their daily life to benefit themselves and other people, and then they're happy. You see. But we say the Dharma which are not related to their life, and when they hear this ear, the teaching will go here. You see, hear this line, hear this ear, left ear here, and right ear gone. They don't remember anything. But we say the Dharma talk or Dharma given, when we say, they remember the whole life. Oh, now I understand. I have a busy life. I don't have enough time to study the Dharma of the Buddha. Now you are here. You are good. You are practitioner, good practitioner. When I have time to go to the temple and I learn something good from the Buddha teaching, I'm very happy. We are very happy. That's why we prepare to learn and to practice now the Buddha teaching. That's why when we learn here and we know, as soon as they arrive, give them a good orientation to the practice. If someone who are unfamiliar with the rules of monastery speak or act inappropriately, please kindly and gently help them understand. In Vietnamese. Và ngay khi mà họ đến chùa đó thì chúng ta phải cái người tu đó phải có hay cho họ những cái hướng tốt, cái định hướng tốt về cái việc thực tập, practice, về cái việc thực tập. Nếu cái người nào đó không quen những cái nguyên tắc của cái thiền môn, những cái quy luật đó, hay là những cái quy tắc của thiền môn, thì họ nói hay là hành xử những cái gì mà nó không có thích hợp á, thì chúng ta hãy tử tế và hãy nhỏ nhẹ để giúp họ hiểu hơn. Có nghĩa là gì? Câu này có nghĩa là gì đó? Tức là họ thì bận bịu không biết cái môi trường ở thiền môn như thế nào, mà khi họ về đó thì họ không quen cái môi trường sống ở thiền môn, thì họ nói hay hành xử những gì mà không có thích hợp đó, thì mình là cái người hành giả, mình phải biết cái cách để mà mình đối xử tử tế và nhỏ nhẹ cho họ hiểu thêm. Được như vậy thì họ rất là vui. Đó thì chúng ta phải biết cách, chứ nhiều khi họ đến chùa rồi mà họ nhiều cái họ làm không có hài lòng đó, cái mình giận, mình hờn, mình trách, thì cùng á, cái sự hờn trách của mình nó không khác với người đời thì không hay. Now, dear Dharma sister and brother, in this paragraph, remind us, you see, sometimes lay people who are not not a dozen, who are not living in the temple, they don't know the rules of the temple. They don't know discipline of the temple. Sometimes they go to maybe they go to early morning or afternoon or evening. Maybe they don't know. Sometimes they make a call maybe very early or when they make a call to the monastic people who are chanting, who are practicing meditation, they don't know. They didn't know. That's why when they don't know, they don't have a good schedule for them. Well, sometimes depend on their time. When they have free time, they go to a temple, but they do something wrong. For example, they do something mistake. That's why monastic people who live in temple, the best way, you love and speak to contact with them. If they do something wrong and don't be keep calm, don't be angry. You see, if we are angry all the time, we are monastic people and lay people are the same. You see, and if we are good practitioner, when they do something wrong, and now we should you love and speak, and we guide them step by step. Now maybe you have time to go to a temple. If you volunteer to cut grass, now please now not yet. You can use your time to water plant, to go to the roof, to fix the roof, because the roof right now is raining, leaking. For example, many things to do, but if they do something wrong, for example, if for me, I don't like peanuts, but they have some peanuts. They cook, they prepare, they rinse, and Father Pháp also. They prepare some peanut, they go to a temple, they donate. Now this lunch, now please enjoy with me peanuts. If we don't like, and now please, they have good heart to donate something like that all the time. If we don't like, and we can say something maybe smoother. Now you have good heart to donate something to the temple about food today, but sorry, food is for you, my friend, my Dharma sister, brother. But about the business, maybe if I eat, and I will play guitar the whole night. And brother Pháp Thanh, if you eat the peanuts, maybe not the whole day, but also the whole week. And that's why the peanuts, brother Pháp Thanh and I don't like. That's why when they don't know, the monk, the nun, the monastic people who is which food, like people who don't know. When they have good heart to go to a temple, they donate something, volunteer to do something, and we who are living in the temple, and we guide them step by step. Now this which job, which test do first. Now please follow me one by one. It's better. But if they do something wrong, or they have something not good all the time, we become angry with them. Not good. Maybe they think, oh, monastic people, at Pháp Nhãn temple, first time, second time, bye bye. That's why when we do something wrong, and someone do something wrong, and we are good practitioner, now we guide them one by one. Now this first, another second, one by one, step by step, that's better. Như vậy chúng ta thấy là khi mà chúng ta thực tập cái gì mà người cư sĩ mà làm nó không đúng á, thì chúng ta hướng dẫn cho họ. Nhiều khi mà người ta làm sai mà mình còn giận dữ thì cái người tu với người đời nó không khác gì. Cho nên ở đây nó dặn cho chúng ta phải cư xử cho nó tử tế và nhẹ nhàng để cho họ hiểu cái lời Phật dạy. Nghĩa là gì đó? Thì ở đây cũng thường xảy ra, nếu mà cô Du Thí đã từng đi chùa lâu, cô biết rất là tế nhị vấn đề này. Cho nên người tu mình cũng phải tế nhị. Do not become in temper means angry or reproachful. The aim of a monk or a nun is to bring about happiness in the world. The aim, you see, the purpose. The aim of a monk or a nun is to bring about happiness in the world. A young monk or young nun need to learn how to sit and listen deeply to the suffering here, deeply to suffering of laypeople, in order to understand better the root of their suffering. You see, very important in Vietnamese. Và khi mà cái người cư sĩ họ trục trặc hay khó khăn cái gì đó, thì mình là người hành giả, người tu đó, mình tốt nhất là đừng có nổi nóng và đừng có phản ứng nổi nóng, nổi giận nha. Và cái mục đích của người tu á là mang hạnh phúc cho mọi người ở đời. Mục đích của người tu đó quý vị ha, là mang lại cái an lạc và hạnh phúc cho người cư sĩ, cho cái người đời, cho tự thân và cho tha nhân ngay trong đời sống hiện tại. Và cái người tu cần học cái cách cái cách ngồi yên lặng và lắng nghe sâu về cái sự khổ đau của người cư sĩ, để cho mình hiểu được. Mình có lắng nghe sâu thì mình hiểu được cái gốc rễ của họ, khổ đau của họ. Now here rất là quan trọng đó quý vị. Cho nên mình mà không phải là cái người lắng nghe sâu thì mình không có thể nghe được cái khổ đau của chúng sinh, của người cư sĩ. Thì ở đây rất là hay cái vấn đề này. Những cái đây có cái tính cách là ứng dụng. Now here you see here the first idea, you see lay people who don't have good time to learn and to practice the Buddha teaching well. You see, but sometimes they don't have good method to practice because their life is so busy. You see, but Dhamma's brother and sister who have lucky and good opportunity to learn and to apply the Buddha teaching in our daily life, when they suffer, when they have a lot of suffering, but they make a con to us. They go to a temple, or sometimes they make a con to us. But we are not good practitioner. We are not good listener. When they ask only 1 minute, but we stop them. Now please don't ask your suffering. Sometimes we answer your family suffering. Why you ask me again and again? If we say like that, not good practitioner, not good listener, you see. That's why sometimes we follow the Quang Âm, you see, Quang Âm way, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva way, who have a good listening. You see, if we don't have good listening, and when somebody who suffer much, and then they make a con to us, they go to a temple. Now, dear monastery people, today our family, me too, I have a good time to go to and visit the temple. And we say, okay, now around 10 today, 10 morning, if you have time to go to a temple, I'm here for you. But when they go to a temple, they tell about their suffering, their trouble, their life suffering. Other time we are not listener, not good listener, and we become angry. Now please don't ask me that question. I'm very bored because you see, by day, every week, many telephone call me. Don't ask some question like that. If we say like that, not good. We are good listener. You see, deep listener. When they have a lot of suffering, they are suffer, and they go to a temple. They make a call to us, and if we are good listener, now please, and we practice. If they have around half an hour, 10 minutes or 20 minutes question, if we are good listener, please practice deeply listening to them. Only half an hour listening, and you see they are suffering, their tension become less and less. Like I give you a sample. Like their tension contain class, you see class and full class. When we are good listening and we practice deeply listening to them, and half an hour their tension in the class go out. You see, rub on. If they say around 5 minutes, now please don't ask more. Now please stop. You see, their tension become higher again. That's why we should remember, if we are good deep listener, and we practice deeply listening to them, and their attention become less. When we understand our time, we learn Buddhist psychology. You see, only listening to them enough other time, their tension, their stress, their suffering become less. You see, and then when finish listening, now are you finished talking? Are you finished question? Now my duty now. and we give one by one. We explain one by one. If you are have trouble with your wife, with your husband, with your children, I have good method to guide you. You see, if the best way, only you alone enough, not enough. If you are good, you have good time to invite your loved one, your wife, your husband, your children, to talk with me face to face, in person, maybe in person, and maybe talk each other. All the time, I will give good advice to you. You see, and we explain one by one like that all the time. They very happy. Their tension become less, and their stress become less. That's why we are good listening. And when they have some question related to their suffering, related to their difficulty, related to their trouble, and now we are good listener, and we explain them one by one, and they are very happy. They're very happy. That's why we learn here. Now here, you see, because listen deeply to the suffering of the Laypeople in order to understand better the root of their suffering. You see, if they have a lot of tension because Laypeople who have a busy life, earn money early morning, don't have enough time practice meditation. They busy take care of their children, their family. They earn money. They take care of everything. They go to society in the morning. One have duty to ride children to go to school. In the afternoon, they're so busy. You see, like Hilak, you know. And then we are good practitioner, have a lot of time learning and practicing the Buddha teaching. And when they have trouble, they have difficulty, they have suffering, when they ask about some question about us, and we are good listening to to practice deeply listening to them, to understand better the root of their suffering. You see, if we practice only if we listen to them only 5 minutes, but when they would like to say around half an hour, but we are we have duty to listen only 5 minutes, and another time we ask, no, please don't ask me more. And trouble, you see, and their attention become imprisoned. When we understand other time we don't do that, they can understand us when we have a good time to listen to them. Then, based on your own experience, you can offer practices that can help them transform their suffering and reconcile with themselves, their family, with their society. This experience will be useful for you when you go out to teach and to lead retreats for lay people. You see, in Vietnamese. Và sau đó căn cứ vào cái kinh nghiệm của riêng mình hay là kinh nghiệm sống được, kinh nghiệm của riêng mình, thì mình có thể là hiến tặng những cái bài thực tập mà nó có thể giúp cho cái người cư sĩ chuyển hóa được khổ đau và trị liệu hay là hóa giải được cái khổ đau của họ, chính họ, gia đình của họ và cái đời sống xã hội của họ. Và cái kinh nghiệm này đó, kinh nghiệm thực tập tu tập từ cái người hành giả đó sẽ có hữu ích cho chính mình khi mình đi ra bên ngoài, mình giảng dạy Phật pháp và tổ chức hay là hướng dẫn khóa tu cho người cư sĩ và ngay cả chính mình. Quý vị rất là hay ha quý vị ha. Now you những cái câu hỏi này rất là hay, rất là ý nghĩa. You see, in this first sentence, you see, we are very lucky and happy to learn and to practice the Buddha teaching and apply the Buddha teaching in our daily life. And what we say, what we talk, what we understand. When we teach, we say the Dharma, but the teaching belong to their suffering, belong to their life, their trouble, and they understand the Buddha teaching when they listen to our Dharma talk, and their suffering become less and less. Other time they're very happy. You see. But if we say something, our teaching, our sharing, Dhamma sharing, which are not related to their trouble, it's not good. That's why when we understand some teaching, some Dhamma talk, which are related to their suffering, is very good, because our teaching can heal, can treat their life, themselves, their family, and their society. You see, because we are good learner, good practitioner. When we say the Dhamma, our Dhamma talk relate to their life, relate to their suffering, their difficulty, and when they understand our time, their attention become less, and our teaching can help them to heal. Their tension become less and less, and they are very happy. And you see, because when we have a good experience about practice, about learning, a lot of time we first we can say the Dhamma which are useful, which are effective, and then near future we will go to society, go out to say Dhamma, and our time they are very happy. Here, in this case, first we prepare to learn the Buddha teaching first, practice and learning the Buddha teaching first. Near future, if somebody will ask some teaching, they will tell their trouble, their suffering, their tension all the time. We are good practitioners, and we can help them to review, to understand the Buddha teaching. Now you are suffering because by day you don't have good you don't have good to listen to your mother, your father. That's why when your mother, your father talk 1 minute, you talk more 1 minute, 5 minutes. And now if you are good learner, good children, and if your mother, your parents say 1 minute, you are good listener, and you practice patience, right patience. You by listening to what your parents say. If we give him or her good advice, and they will practice. And near future, now we rebel first, learning first. It's been we are good practitioner first, and near future somebody go to us. They ask something like that all the time. We have a duty, we have experience to say them. And if we are good listener, good Dharma brother and sister, near future, if we guide a retreat, maybe 1 day retreat, 2 day retreat, all the time we can go outside to say the Dharma, to teach them. And that's why today belong to our time. 1 week we have a 3-day Zoom class, you see, and we prepare to learn first. Near future, if you have good time to be good opportunity to become monastery people, monastery person like brother Hila had an idea to become a novice, and right now you prepare first. Near future, and it's very easy for you to follow the Buddha way, you see. And last why now we are good practitioner first. In the future, if you go somewhere, if another place, or another temple, another monastery, another master or brother, Dharma brother and sister invite us to go somewhere to say the Dharma all the time, we have enough condition, we have enough Dharma to share, you see. I tell brother Patan, we have enough material to make a spiritual cake. You see, sometimes we don't have material. How can we say? How can we make a cake? How can we make a different kind of cake? You see, and if we don't learn, don't practice, don't learn the Buddha teaching now, and near future, if somebody invite us to say about the Noble Eightfold Path, we don't know the Noble Eightfold Path. How many? We don't know right view, right talk, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Last why now we don't prepare, we don't learn first, and in the future some temple invite us to get said the Dharma, we don't have enough material to share. And that's why we learn the Dharma of the Buddha first. When someone becomes suffer, someone those who have suffering, invite us to say the Dharma all the time. We have a good experience about the Buddha teaching to guide them step by step. Like Brother Pháp Thanh, sometimes another monastery people or another temple invite us, Brother Pháp Thanh and Thầy Sĩ and Sister Hành Minh to go somewhere to say the Dharma all the time. We have strong confidence in sharing the Dharma. You see, and that's why we learn and we practice from now until next time. In the future, it's very easy for us to say Dharma when someone to invite us to go somewhere. Okay, 3 more. If someone is talking about the force of all the monks or non practice center, or we can say Dhamma center, a practice center, skillfully encourage them to practice the harmonious, useful, and the right speak. Here I put more detail. Harmonious, useful, and right speak. Do not get carried away by their negative attitude. Do not give 1 or 2 people too much attention, seeming to indifferent to other. This teaching in Vietnamese. Và nếu cái người nào đó mà nói về cái lỗi lầm của người xuất gia đó, nói lỗi lầm của người hành giả đó, hay là nói cái khuyết điểm hay cái lỗi lầm á của cái nơi đạo tràng tu tập đó, thì chúng ta phải có cái trách nhiệm là khéo động viên cho những cái người đó đó. Dumb in this case mean someone, you see, động viên cho họ, nói những lời hay thực tập những lời ái ngữ và chân chánh và hữu ích. Mình động viên họ nói hay chia sẻ những gì có hữu ích, lợi lạc và chánh ngữ để cho lợi mình lợi người. Và chúng ta cũng đừng cho cái thái độ tiêu cực của họ, negative attitude, lôi kéo họ đi. Chúng ta đừng có để, tức là trong trường hợp này nó rất hay nha quý vị ha. Nhiều khi họ nói xấu về cái người đó hay cái đạo tràng đó, cái ta nói cái bắt đầu cái mình thúc họ nói đi nữa bạn, ở tiếng Việt gọi là thêm mắm thêm muối. Nói cái vị đó, cái mình đầy nói sám hối, bản thân thầy cũng nói sám hối. Nhiều khi họ nói cái gì không ưa cái người đó, mà trúng cái người đó mình không ghét, mình không thích nữa, thì mình nói tiếp với bạn, nói đi, tôi thích lắm á. I like this teaching. Và đừng có cho nhiều người quá căng thà chú ý nhiều, ví dụ như là thờ ơ với người khác. Cái câu này có nghĩa là gì đó, tức là đừng có cho một hay hai người quá nhiều cái chú ý, hoặc là dường như là thờ người khác. Chỗ này rất là hay. You see, I like this teaching. First, here someone is talking about the faults of other people, other monastery people, the practice standard. Please skillful, encourage them to practice the harmonious, youthful and rightful. The first idea. You see, I like this teaching. You see, sometimes we stay here because we are human beings. We are normal beings the same way. If we are not good practitioner, someone who say something not good about another people all the time, if we are the same his way or her way, you say that person I'm very happy. That person I don't like. But right now you say something not good about him or to her. Oh, I support you. Now go ahead, keep talking. Because human nature, human mind, same. You see, that's why in this in this teaching, remind us, if someone say something not good to him or to her, we are good practitioner. Now please keep say something good. Please encourage. We have duty to encourage them to say something right, to say something harmony, to say something useful, effective to themselves and to other people. It's better. But normally we are human being the same way. If for example, this person, you see, this class, this person I don't like, but another person certainly we don't like this person, but someone talk about him, you see, at that time the same way. Now talk more. The same idea. I don't like, now you don't like, talk more. If you have sugar, I give more sugar. If you have some salt, and I give you more. In this case, I'm sorry, it's not good. When we think about, we are well-trained disciple of the Buddha, well-trained, well-educated, who are good practitioner. If someone say something not good to him or to her, if we are good, we can divide. Now please stop talking that. You see, because this is not good for you, for yourself, and for other people. If you say something good, something harmony, something useful, something effective, all the time will be useful for yourself and for others. You can you understand all the time we are good, and we stop they are talking all the time. Please say something right, say something harmony, say something useful all the time. It's your talking is harmony for yourself and for other people all the time. Good. If they say something angry with to him or to her, and we say, okay, go, talking more, not good. Okay, and we understand like this. And our time near future, something happen. Remember, we don't let them follow their negative attitude. You see, and we understand our time is good for us. And you see, maybe this sentence, maybe I understand a little bit. If you have more idea, now please keep say more. When we learn this teaching is very practical. Relate with everyone equally, not discriminating between rich, poor, educated people, uneducated people. I will give more detail. Intellectual and commoner. I give more detail. Do not even treat someone who gives you an offering differently from others. When living with the Sangha, I put more detail. When living with the Sangha, encourage them to make their offering to the whole Sangha, or we can say collective Sangha, rather than just making their offering to only you personally. This I put more detail. I like this teaching. Và in Vietnamese, và chúng ta hãy tiếp xúc với mọi người bình đẳng, hay là liên quan với mọi người, hay là tiếp xúc với mọi người bình đẳng, coi mọi người bình đẳng với nhau, và đừng có phân biệt giữa cái người giàu thì mình tiếp xúc nhiều, mà người nghèo mình tiếp xúc ít. Chúng ta rất là quan trọng chỗ này nha. Ở đây và cái người mà có học thức có giáo dục thì mình tiếp nhiều, còn cái người không có giáo dục thì mình tiếp ít. Và cái người trí thức mình tiếp nhiều, và cái người bình dân mình tiếp ít. Và chúng ta phải tránh cái trường hợp này. Và thậm chí mình đừng có đối xử với những người mà cúng dường cho mình nhiều hơn, mà cái người mà không có cúng dường mình sẽ tiếp xúc ít hơn. Cái câu này có nghĩa là vậy đó. Và khi cái câu này thầy thêm, khi mà sống với tăng đoàn đó, mình hãy động viên cái người thí chủ, them in this case laypeople, cúng dường cho tăng đoàn nhiều hơn nha. Tức là khi sống với tăng đoàn mình khuyến khích cái người cư sĩ cúng dường cho tăng đoàn nhiều hơn là cúng dường cho cá nhân mình. I like it. Now here you see here very practical barak. You see someone because sometimes we are human being. Sometimes we have a little bit discrimination. You see, if those who are very rich people go to a temple, donate something very donate a lot of things. Oh, we spend more time to them. Now you are good. You donate a temple a lot. I'm very happy. But someone who have good time to go to a temple, to volunteer to have a temple, to cut grass and donate something a little bit, but at time we regard him or her as very small thing. It's not good. You see, in this case, contact every people the same way, regularly. It's better, equally. It's better. If those who are rich, who are poor, who are educated, who are uneducated, who are intellectual, who are commoners, we contact them the same way. Now, we would like to invite them to practice and to learn the Buddha teaching more and more. It's better. But someone who have a lot of money and donate a lot all the time, oh, now you are number 1. Another person, number 10. If we thinking like that, trouble. Near future, you see, near future, only one family who are with very rich, they go to a temple, but very 1 or 2. But another normal people go to a temple and they volunteer to cut grass, to fit the roof, and to do many things all the time. In this case, we consider them equally this better. Please don't have don't discriminate who are rich, who are poor. Now please don't do it. If we have the mind, the heart to discriminate everyone different way, not good for practitioner. You see, and sometimes I'm very sometimes I look at myself. If we sometimes I have different way like that, all the time not good. But right now study here and we look at deeply ourselves, myself, and now okay. In this case, rich people, poor people, we can take them the same way. Now you have money to donate the temple. Another person don't have money, but they donate their job, their task, their issue to volunteer to have a temple. The same, you see. Somebody who are good as a computer, somebody who are good cutting grass, grass cutting, same way. You see, if we consider them equally, all the time they are very happy. If we consider who are very rich, heavy, not good. So we learn here, and we know near future you have money to donate something to a temple, and another person who are not don't have enough money, but they donate their job. It's the same. That's why we learn and we know, and we should consider them equally. They are very happy. Everybody can come to the temple. Everybody can support the temple. Now we understand that they are very happy. Now last sentence in this paragraph. Here I like it. I like this. But when living with the Sangha, encourage them, lay people, to make their offering to the whole Sangha or collective Sangha is better. Please, rather than just making the offering to only you personally. Sometimes this I put more detail. Sometimes I look at myself. Because we are human being, sometimes have the same mind. But when I live with my brother and sister, when I was young, when I am a novice monk, I live with Dharma practitioner around more than 100 people all the time. Those who have good time to go to temple, I think. Ask about me, I think about me. Now make offering to me. If you have warm clothes, if you have food, something good, if you have good rain, good food, now please, only me enough. Sorry. You see, another person I don't care, but me important. Now support me. If we, now when we are older and older in the Dharma practice, you see, all the time we think different way. When those who have a good time, good opportunity to go to temple to donate something, if we are good practitioner, now please please making your offering to the Sangha, Dharma brother and sister. The whole Sangha is better. Now please offer me, making offering to me a little bit okay, but this the same way not good, because if I enjoy the donation from you, it's very heavy for me. You see, because our marriage a little bit, the Sangha marriage may be higher and higher. If they enjoy donation from you, at that time they will earn, your marriage maybe will increase more and more. If only me, for example, I give you an example. For example, the Sangha 100 people, and me only one. If you give me $100 and the Sangha $100, the same way. Oh, if I am a good practitioner, now please, I only receive $1 enough, because when I enjoy, I collect $100 from you, the same the Sangha way, or time maybe it's not good for me, because it's very heavy. Because when I receive donation from you, the same Sangha donation all the time, maybe I don't have enough good marriage. You see, the Sangha have a lot of marriage because they practice, they spend practice the Buddha teaching very good. But if we think now giver, I'm giver, please give only me, all the time we can carry burden, heavy burden. You see, it's not good. But if we are good leader, group leader, the monk or the practitioner, now please, the Sangha who live with me, with the temple, now please spend your donation to offering to the Sangha all the time better. Because Sangha, they are public people. They earn, they learn, they receive donation from you all the time. They can your marriage maybe can higher and higher. If only I receive money, the same Sangha money all the time, maybe I have more and more burden. Not good. That's why someone do, because lay people who don't have good time to learn the Dharma, practice Dharma, when they make offering to the temple, if we are good practitioner, now please make your offering to the whole Sangha. This better. Please remember, don't regret them to make offering to me or to only one practitioner personally. It's not good. But when I go young, I think like that. Now please give me more. Give me more. Donation to me more. But the Sangha, I don't care. But when we have strong Dharma, have a strong older and older in the strong Dharma learning and practice, last time we think different way. Như vậy chúng ta thấy hồi xưa chúng ta còn nhỏ đó, nhất là quý thầy quý chú còn nhỏ đó, cúng dường cái gì á là chỉ cúng dường cho một mình nhiều hơn, còn cúng dường cho những cái tăng đoàn khác á là ít hơn, thì mình nghĩ hồi nhỏ thôi. Nhưng mà khi mình học, mình lớn lên á, mình nhận của thí chủ đàn na nhiều mà mình không tu tập giỏi đó, thì mình dễ bị ngã và tổ phước đi. Thì cái ý này nó nghĩa là gì đó, mình cúng dường mà bình đẳng với nhau thì tăng đoàn cùng hưởng phước với nhau, thì cái phước nó tăng, người thí chủ nó tăng hơn. Now one more paragraph. Make special efforts to be close to the young people. I like this. Help them feel less isolated and teach them how to take part in the walking meditation and sitting meditation periods. Tea meditation, total relaxation, 13 years or prostration, and also how to eat in mindfulness. To eat mindfulness. Now in Vietnamese, và chúng ta hãy nỗ lực, hãy cố gắng nỗ lực đặc biệt đó, tức là hãy cố gắng tinh tấn á, để gần gũi những người trẻ. Cái này rất là hay nha quý vị ha. Thường á, mình gần mấy người già không à, mà ở đây vậy là mình gần cái người trẻ để làm gì, để giúp cho cái người trẻ đó, người ta giảm bớt cô đơn, và giúp cho họ tham gia những cái buổi thiền tập, thiền hành, những cái thiền trà và những cái thiền buông thư, hay là lạy Phật, tết trên địa ớt tức là tiếp xúc địa tức là lạy Phật đó, hay là đảnh lễ Phật Tam Bảo vân vân, và giúp cho họ ăn cái chánh niệm. Có nghĩa là gì đó quý vị? Thường thường mấy câu này á, chúng ta thấy cái người cư sĩ mà ta về chùa hầu như ngày nay mình tiếp xúc với người lớn tuổi không mình không có phương pháp hay, do đó mình bị thiếu chỗ này. You see here, I like this first sentence. You see, sometimes the temple nowadays, from somewhere, you see, only old people go to a temple, because old people go to a temple. But how about young temple? We don't think about young temple. Young people very important, because if we have old and we have young, other times temple will become stronger and stronger. Only old people, because old people who are not enough health, you see, who are older and older, they have money but they don't have enough health. How can they support the temple? But young people who are strong and they can volunteer to have a temple, anything. And one thing for Dharma practitioner who have duty to guide, because young people go to the temple, but Dharma practitioner who don't have good schedule to guide them about Dharma song, about meditation song, about helping the temple. But the temple education sometimes the monastery leader who are not good, who don't have good experience to guide different schedule. Old temple and young temple we guide the same way. It's trouble, very trouble. You see, old temple we can give them to recite the name of the Buddha, is okay. But young people who have time to go to a temple, but ask them to recite the name of the Buddha, they will become bored. You see, we should have a different way. Sometimes we have a Dharma song, or sometimes we guide them Dharma song, meditation practice, walking meditation, sitting meditation, and play guitar, play piano, like that all the time. More activity for the lay people, for the young people. This better, like Brother Hilak, Brother Patan, who play the music instrument, and then young people go to you very easily. But if young people go to a temple, go to you, you say, now please recite the name of the Buddha. When they become suffer and now recite the name of the Buddha, they will become bored. First time, second time they say bye bye. Thì thầy nói đó, cái hướng dẫn của người trẻ nó khác, người già nó khác. Và nếu mà mình có cái phương pháp hay thì cái người trẻ nó đến với mình. Còn người lớn tuổi mình kêu họ niệm Phật được, chứ mà mình kêu họ người trẻ mà niệm Phật là họ chán lắm. Thì sau đó mình phải biết cách hướng dẫn. That's why we are good. We are good Dharma practitioner to guide different method to different people all the time. Young people can come to us more and more. Như vậy chúng ta học mà chúng ta hướng dẫn gì á, người ta rất là thích. Thì cái người lớn tuổi họ cũng thấy vui, và cái người trẻ họ cũng tới với mình. And we, if young people go to us all the time, we can guide them how to eat in mindfulness, and they understand and they know. And before we learn to eat food in silence, when we have like that all the time, around the first 5 minutes is together in silence. But after 5 minutes, maybe more a little bit talking. It's okay, but the whole eating keep silent. Maybe I eat a lot. But when we have eaten mindfulness eating, first 5 minutes practice noble silence, but after 5 minutes at a time talking. Now, do you like this food? Do you like that? I'm here for you. I can share this food for you. We can say a little bit like that is better. But the whole eating, we practice noble silence. Maybe I say something funny. I eat a lot. Và chúng ta thấy cái phương pháp thực tập chánh niệm, ăn trong chánh niệm đó, 5 phút đầu chúng ta ăn á, và 5 phút sau á, chúng ta có thể chia sẻ. Chứ còn mà nếu mà chúng ta mà cứ ăn im lặng này thì lúc đó nó chán, và nhất là thầy nói giỡn giỡn á, thầy ăn nhiều dữ lắm á. Now today we just finished chapter 38. I would like to invite my sister and brother to share Dharma learning and Dharma discussion today. I would like to listen to you. Now please, who are first to say something good from you? Yeah, bây giờ mời đại chúng ta. Now I think brother Châu, brother Pháp Thanh, brother Hy Lạp. Okay. Yes, brother Hy Lạp.
A couple things that I thought about. When you talk to somebody and there's a lay person that comes to the temple or whatever, and they do something wrong, you don't get angry at them, right? You coach them and tell them, and it's a lot like in business when they call it managing expectations, right? So when they come to the temple, I think it would be nice to let them know what's going to happen. Here's what we're going to do. This is what's going to take place. And these are kind of the rules, if you will, before you get started, right? And then they know how to act. You manage their expectations, and if they're going along and they do something, then you just calmly no, this is what we're doing now. This is how we do it. To let them know, right? You don't get angry with them, right? It's not very Buddhist. And what was my other thought? I've forgotten now. Oh yeah, and what you were talking about before, like when somebody's talking negatively about other monks or nuns, whatever, you don't want them to keep talking, right? And that goes back to something that I read in the book from Thich Nhat Hanh, where everything is a matter of perspective, right? When somebody's saying something negative about somebody else, in my mind it's like, we have no right to judge them. What gives us the right to judge them? We come to any type of setting or meeting people with our own precepts, our own experiences, right? Well, it doesn't mean that I have the right experience. It doesn't mean I have the right perspective. So I shouldn't judge somebody and talk negatively about somebody, right? So when somebody's doing that in your presence, you want to not get them to go further, right? It's like you should say something positive, right? And say something wholesome, So it's I don't think anybody has the right to judge anybody else. You know what I mean? It's like you should all try to be positive, and if somebody's they see something as negative, it's like a lot of these things you're teaching us is like something that they taught us in kindergarten, right? If you don't have something nice to say, then don't say it. You know what I mean? Keep it to yourself. That's when you're talking to a little kid, right? So you shouldn't say negative things, and you should think about your own self. It's like they say, in Christian teaching, he who is without sin, you can cast the first stone, because everybody has sin. Because we're all human, like you said, we're all human. So we should not judge, and we should not, look at other people and judge them and say, oh, they're this way or they're that way. Well, maybe that's your perspective. Maybe you don't get what that person is coming from, where their background is coming from. you don't understand them, so you don't have the right to judge them, right? So those are a couple of thoughts that I had. Thank you.
Very good sharing from you. I do agree with you when we understand like that all the time. Family become peaceful, society become peaceful, and the world and the political leader had more peace. Very good. Okay, thank you, brother Hila. How about brother Pháp Thanh? Now, please, we are good listener to you.
Thank you, Thai. So I like this teaching. It very similar to the number 37 about preparing, about leading the retreats. It's about creating good conditions for people to come to learn the Dharma and to practice. So just like with creating a retreat, it's about creating an environment where people feel safe, they feel like they can be included. Remember, that's one of the four Brahma Viharas, inclusiveness, equanimity, being able that everyone can, the right conditions for the flower of enlightenment to blossom. And I really like these yesterday and today's teaching about in this particular one, about the monk's responsibility with creating that environment. And the other part I really liked about it was of course the end, about making sure that when young people come visit the temple, that they're also included. And then you should spend a little extra effort, because like you said, Ty, if kids are around and you just say, okay, now recite the Buddha's name here and do this and do that, they'll get very bored. And they'll say, I'd rather just go home and play video games, or I want to go home and talk with my friends. But if they go and they feel like they can participate, like they're not just being talked at, but instead have, like you said, with that very active listening, saying, okay, why don't you tell me what questions you have, or what's going on in your life, or anything like that. They'll feel like they're a part of the temple. Not that the temple's just somewhere they have to go, but it's somewhere maybe they want to go. So I really like that, and especially the last part about teaching kids about mindfulness and total relaxation, all these things. Kids don't get that nowadays. They're taught to, depending on their families, a lot of times it's a lot of pressure. They're taught you have to do this, this, and this. They're not taught how to relax. So if they feel like, oh, I love going to the temple because I can relax and I can have a quiet meal and learn to do mindfulness. So I like this. It's very good. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, brother Pháp Thanh. Because Pháp Thanh few years ago, Pháp Thanh who are youth leader, and then you guide the youth, the young people. That's why you have more experience. And we hope in the future we go somewhere all the time. Young people go to the temple or go to you and go to us all the time. We have duty to guide different way to young people all the time. Young people will follow us, will follow our way better and better. And very good. Thank you, brother Pháp Thanh. Now before go to back Sister Hạnh Minh to say something, we would like to invite Sister Diệu Thí to translate main idea from two brother. Dạ, mời cô Diệu Thí.
Con cảm ơn thầy, mời gì được rồi. Đây là những cái ý của Đạt và chú Pháp Thanh. Thì là có nói là cũng như là khi những người mà cư sĩ tới chùa đó, thì nếu mà họ có làm sai thì mình cũng đừng có là nói họ, mà mình cũng như là một cái công sở làm việc vậy. Thành ra nếu như mà mình nên giải thích cho họ biết là những cái điều lệ của chùa như thế nào, và mình cũng không nên giận dữ với họ. Rồi cũng như là mình giải thích những cái điều lệ của cái chùa đó, để cho họ biết là những gì nên làm và những gì không nên làm. Rồi thì là có nói tới cái vấn đề là ví dụ mà mọi người tới chùa mà nói xấu người này người kia đó, thì mình cũng đừng có để cho họ nói nhiều thêm nữa, và mình một cách là mình thêm mắm thêm muối vô, thì mình cũng đừng có nên làm như vậy. Cũng như là mình không có biết được những người mà tới chùa đó là những người mà mình không có biết được là họ được từ đâu đến, hoặc là họ làm cái gì thì mình không biết được, thì mình cũng đừng có nên là bình phẩm họ, cũng như là mình ghét họ vào cái này, ghét họ vào cái kia, thì mình đừng có nên làm như vậy. Cái đó là cái ý chính mà Hy Lạp đã nói về cái vấn đề mà mình đừng có cũng như là just là cũng như là
phê bình và chỉ trích á.
Cái này cũng như là mình nói người này là không đúng, hoặc là người kia đúng này nọ, đó thành ra bình phẩm này nọ đó. Cho cái quyết định tới cái quyết định mà mình chưa biết người ta như thế nào, thì mình tự nên nói như vậy. Thì chú Pháp Thanh thì chú cũng có nói về cái vấn đề cái phẩm này cũng giống như là cái phẩm chúng ta như vậy. Tức là mình về những vị đi tu thì mình cũng nên có một cái xây dựng được một cái như là cái khá như là cái environment,
cái môi trường tốt, cái môi trường tu học tốt.
Đúng rồi này, cũng như là mình nên tạo những cái môi trường, tạo những cái duyên để cho những người mà cư sĩ họ cứ cảm thấy là họ được, cũng như là họ thấy là họ cũng như là họ có thể là
có cái niềm tin sâu sắc với Tam Bảo, và họ rất là vui khi họ nghe được cái môi trường tu học của Phật Pháp á, nhất là cái hành giả.
Còn cảm ơn thầy. Và chú cũng có nói đến với những người trẻ thì mình cũng nên là mình phải cho họ vào để cho mà họ có thể cùng làm, họ có cái cảm tưởng là họ welcome, là cũng như là
mình có cái phương pháp hướng dẫn cái người trẻ để mình thu hút họ hơn, chứ còn nhiều khi mình bắt họ niệm Phật cái họ chán.
Dạ đúng rồi, tức là cũng như là mình phải cho họ có những cái trò chơi để cho họ biết là họ cũng là tùy thuộc, cũng như là họ hội nhập vào được cái môi trường của chùa. Họ không có cái cảm giác là họ bị lãng quên. Cũng như là mình không để ý tới họ, mình chỉ để ý tới những cái người khác thôi, thì mình đừng có nên để cho họ có cái cảm giác như vậy, có cái cảm tưởng như vậy. Và chúng cũng có nói về đến cái vấn đề mà cũng như là mình tạo nhiều cái phương tiện cho những người trẻ đến, cũng như là khi họ đến thì họ có thể tập những cái thiền định, ví dụ như là đi, hoặc là đừng có nên bắt họ tụng kinh, mà nên để cho họ có những cái phương tiện để họ tới để họ tập luyện với mình. Thì chú cũng có nói đến cái vấn đề mà cũng như là tập thiền này nọ đó. Nếu mà mình cũng như là mình bắt họ tụng kinh thì họ sẽ chán. Thì có một câu này nữa mà Hy Lạp nói mà không quên, không có bỏ vô, là cũng như là nếu như mà mình không biết những cái điều gì tốt về cái người đó thì mình nên không nói. Bởi vì nếu mà mình không có những điều gì tốt nói về họ thì mình nên im lặng. Thì con thấy câu đó rất là đúng, rất là hay. Thì các con cũng có một cái vài điều là khi mà quý vị tu sĩ hoặc là thầy hoặc là cô, sư thầy sư cô mà cũng như là có cái sự tập luyện tốt đó, thì mình sẽ có những cái mà cái energy, như là cái mà mình có thể đưa cho người, cũng như là mình có thể cho người truyền tới cho những người mà cư sĩ. Thì những cái năng lượng đó rất là tốt. Và nếu như mà người cư sĩ, mấy người mà đi tu có những cái năng lượng tốt như vậy thì người cư sĩ sẽ nhận được. Và con thấy cái đó rất là đúng, cái thầy, con thấy cái đó rất là hay và rất là có chứ không phải là không. Bởi vì nhiều khi mình những việc mà tu tập đó, thì nó mình thấy ra nó phát ra cái mặt của mình. Vì thì những người nào mình hung dữ là mình sẽ thấy, mình sẽ biết là người đó hung dữ, bởi vì nó sẽ nổi ngay. Thì cũng như là Phật nói là mình cũng đừng có phân biệt người này người kia, bởi vì chính Đức Phật đã phải đi tu để mà xóa bỏ mấy cái không đồng đều như vậy. Bởi vì cái giai cấp đó, Đức Phật đã loại bỏ được cái giai cấp trong cái xã hội mà rất là giai cấp. Thành ra Đức Phật đã làm được như vậy. Thì thành ra những cái mà Phật dạy đều là những cái mà không có phân biệt ai hết, ai cũng bằng nhau hết. Thì con rất là đồng ý với cái vấn đề là gần với những người mà trẻ. Con thấy cái vấn đề đó rất là tốt và rất là quan trọng. Bởi vì già, người già nó sẽ không còn nữa, thì lúc đó mình phải cần những cái người trẻ để họ lên. Cảm ơn thầy. I just want to share something about the good energy, positive energies from the monks or from the nuns. Once they have the good energy, positive energy, we can feel it. We can see it from the posture. It's going to appear, that we can see. And then I do agree with you in that regarding if you don't have anything good to say about somebody, we just keep quiet. That's very important. And I think I like that one too. So it can prevent them, talk to somebody bad about somebody. So. And then the discrimination, the Buddha himself, try to level, because there's so many levels and classes during this time, so he tried to level it. So his teaching is aim to make everybody equally, instead of, treatment everybody the same. And I do agree with this one, this Gatha regarding the close to the young people, it's very important, because older people will die someday. So we have to have some young people, to lead, so that's very important. To continue to spread the Dharma.
Yeah, thank you, Cô Diệu Thí, so much for your sharing the Dharma. Now we would like to invite cô Từ Bi Lạc say something. Main idea, mời cô chia sẻ một ý trong quá trình mình học đây. Dạ, mời cô.
Dạ, thưa thầy. Dạ, thì con nói về, con nói con đi. Con là một Phật tử đi. Con đến chùa thì không chỉ phải là để lại lễ bái thôi, mà con còn muốn hưởng được cái không khí thanh tịnh an lạc của chùa, và con muốn học hỏi được những cái pháp môn tốt đẹp mà Đức Phật dạy đó, để về mà con thực tập theo. Cho nên khi mà con đến chùa thì con muốn học những cái ví dụ như là đi tập thở, như bữa hổm cô Thúy nói về cái mà tập ăn cơm trong im lặng với thầy, và làm những cái việc công quả trong chùa mà trong chánh niệm, thì con thấy mấy lần mà ăn cơm đó thì các
Cũng qua
các
đường.
người ở trong chùa có dạy cái
Cũng qua đường.
cặp cái chén như thế nào rồi. Mà tới về nhà con quên hết rồi. Thầy có thể chỉ lại cho con cái đó.
Dạ, cảm ơn cô nhiều. Trước khi mà hướng dẫn đó thì cô lúc nào mà đi khóa tu đó hướng dẫn nhiều hơn, bởi vì cái đó là cúng theo cái truyền thống, còn mình cúng qua đường để mình tượng trưng cho Phật Pháp Tăng đó, thì mình cúng qua đường thì cái đó theo cái truyền thống. Còn ăn cơm trong yên lặng là mình ăn á, mình đừng có nói ồn. Nhiều khi mình nói ồn á, cái bữa ăn nó không có trang nghiêm, và mình ăn á, người ta kêu ăn giống như cái chợ. Ở đây thực tập ăn cơm trong chánh niệm, rồi ăn cơm trong cái im lặng để cho cái chất bổ, chất thức ăn nó thấm vào thân và tâm chúng ta, thì chúng ta cảm thấy nó cái bổ dưỡng không những thức ăn mà còn cái tinh thần nữa, thì có nghĩa là vậy đó ha. Dạ, mời cô Diệu Thúy chuyển ngữ từ cô Bi Lạc một xíu nha.
Dạ. Okay. Dạ, con sẽ cố gắng. I will try my very best this time. She said that she just want to, for example, herself. Okay, and then when she goes to the temple, not just to the prostration to the Buddha, but then she also wants to learn, the Buddha teachings. Like breathing or eat mindfully. And then one thing she wants to know is how to hold on to the bowl, And now, after that, she doesn't remember. So now she wants to ask Thầy to tell her, to teach her how to do that. I don't know how either. I did that before, but I don't remember. So Thầy will lead us, to show us how to do in the treatment, on the retreats, whenever we have time to do on the retreat, Thầy will teach us. That's the main idea.
Thank you. Dạ, cảm ơn cô Tư Bi Lạc, cô Diệu Thúy so much. You see, when we have a retreat all the time, we will have a traditional lunch, and then we hold right hand, left hand on a bowl on here, and this means the triple jump, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Put the hand here, and before we eat thing, and we offer the triple jump first. That's why we have some chanting. But in Plum Village, Zen Master Sid and his Dharma brother and sister, his Sangha, they have mindfulness eating. After chanting about the five remembrances, and then they eating, but they don't talk. If they eat and they talk all the time, they cannot nurture the food and the spiritual food. If they eat and they talk like the market, you see, and then they don't talk. They practice eating in mindfulness. That's why we have mindfulness eating. Thank you. Dạ, bây giờ mời cô Hạnh Minh. Now we would like to invite Sister Hạnh Minh to share some main idea, and then we share the parents. Dạ, mời cô Hạnh Minh.
Nam mô Buddha. And I think everyone says everything. So I agree with everyone idea, and I remember Master say listen to the orders is very good because listening to others, if they have some problem, and if we make them feel assured about they talk about their problems, and we can make them feel assured and feel very happy, or if we understand them. So they are happy and we are happy too. And when we can have many benefits too. For example, 2 weeks ago, and somebody called me and asked me to resolve their problem because I am they have some problem, and I tell them don't worry, and I can help because I know how about to fix it, suppose like that, and she said, oh, you are very patient because in my life nobody like that because nobody listened to me like that, and spend time for her like that. She said like that, and you know, she sent me 100. But she sent, you know, she sent to another for another place, and they will give me again. But I refuse. I say no. I'm not deserve to receive this money. I just want to donate again for the Sangha because I can. I don't want to lose my merit because I don't receive it. But I just want to tell something for you about that because it's you know they happy and they give donate for us. So and one thing I would like to tell you because Buddha is very good masters because when I learned from the middle course, middle land course, this course of the Buddha teachings, and you know every sutra, this means every lesson. He and the Buddha always, you know, use compassion and use wisdom to teach all the religious people. So for the Brahmin, you know, the Brahmins, they have some good sutra too. They have some good lesson too. But when they ask the Buddha, and Buddha never rejected, you know. He never rejected all the people lesson, all the people teaching, and he used that teaching, and he changed it with wisdom and compassion, and changed them gently, so they follow him evenly, and you know after that they got arahant. You see, so and they become Buddha's disciple and got enlightenment equally. So I think the Buddha teachings never reject, never opposite to everyone, but he had a very good, very skillfully to change it. To change the teachings, their teachings, their religious teachings, to be Buddha teachings. So I think it's very good. So we need to understand and we need to study. Nam mô Di Đà Phật. Thank you for your listening. And Nam mô Di Đà Phật. Con xin nói chút xíu để cô Từ Bi Lạc hiểu ý con nói là con đồng ý hết tất cả những cái ý của mọi người, tại vì mọi người nói hết ý rất là hay, và con có một cái ý là khi mà hồi nãy thầy có nói cái câu là nếu mà mình lắng nghe người ta đó, mình cũng nên lắng nghe để giúp cho người ta, thì con nghĩ là cái việc mà lắng nghe để giải quyết những cái vấn đề của người khác đó, thì họ hạnh phúc thì mình cũng hạnh phúc, thì mà mình cũng có lợi nữa. Như con ví dụ là mới vài tuần trước tôi cũng có người ta cũng có mấy cái gọi là mấy vấn đề đó người ta muốn giải quyết, thì con cũng nói chuyện với họ và con lắng nghe, thì cái cô đó cũng nói sao mà trên đời chưa có thấy ai mà lắng nghe giống như là cô vậy. Thành ra cái cô gửi cho con 100 đồng mà cô gửi qua bên kia rồi nói bên kia sẽ đưa lại cho con, thì con từ chối, con nói thôi để gửi lại cho chùa, để gửi lại cho cái ban tổ chức, chứ con không có nhận. Thì tại vì con nghĩ là con không có xứng đáng nhận được cái tiền này. Thành ra còn con có nói thêm là Đức Phật là một dạy rất là hay và khéo léo, là ngài không bao giờ ngài giống như ngài bác bỏ hay là phản đối những cái lời khác của những người đạo khác. Hồi xưa là cái đạo Bà La Môn thì ngài lấy kinh Vệ Đà, tức là kinh của Bà La Môn ngài chuyển lại thành ra Buddha teaching, tức là thành ra cái lời Phật dạy. Và những người mà theo Bà La Môn theo ngài làm đệ tử ngài, rồi chỉ có khi có người vài tháng sau, vài ngày sau họ đã chứng A La Hán rồi. Thành ra con nghĩ là Đức Phật rất là hay, mình cũng nên học theo cái sự từ bi và trí tuệ của Phật dạy Nam Mô.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Hanmin, so much for your sharing the Dharma about Vietnamese and English together. Now you see here, I do agree with Sister Hanmin. Now, near future, from now until next time, if we are good listener, another time maybe we will have more donation. Just only few minutes, have 100. Very good. Now, today a little bit longer. Thank you. And to sum up our study today, we should become a good exemplary person. We practice and learn the Dharma very well. In the future, when they hear, they come back a con, they go to a temple, they listen to, they hear about it, our practice, Dharma learning. All the time they have a strong confidence in the triple jump, in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. First idea. Second idea. Normally, sometimes we are human beings. Sometimes in the Dhammabada Sutta, something we say something not right to people, but we never look deeply at our error, our mistake, our wrong thing. You see, we see something, we see somebody something very clearly, something wrong very clearly, but we look at us, our mistake, our faults, our sin, and not easily. That's why in this in the Dhammabada golden teaching from the Buddha, and now when we understand at that time, now please look deeply at our faults, mistake first, and then we look on other person. If we understand other time, we can nurture and develop our we can build our Sangha more and more stable and harmonious and happily. And thank you so much for our Dharma learning and Dharma practice today. Today maybe a little bit longer. I'm very sorry. And this week we will have one more class, and next week, and we will have a holiday and New Year. You see? Thank you. Okay, happy. Now we would like to invite brother. He like to share the merits in Vietnamese and English, and then we yes. Open your microphone.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hoi hong kong duck, Nguyen Dem kong duck ne, Huang Ve Cap Tat Ka, De Tu Va Chung San, De Tran Tan Fat Dao. Sharing the merit, reciting the trainings, practicing the ways of the awareness gives rise to benefits without limit. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support along the path. May the merit of this practice benefit all beings and bring peace. Bodhi Tiêu Pap Bien Trang Yang Tai Deo Cho O Tuang An Lak. Bodhi, the wonderful Dharma, turns noble and solemn. Depending on our peaceful abode, we are regularly at peace. Express diligent vows and pay thankful respects to the Triple Gem. We, disciples of Gautama Buddha, are always aware of ourselves by day and by night. Constantly practice and recollect the light of the Buddha. Namo Buddhaya. We, disciples of Gautama Buddha, are always aware of ourselves by day and by night. Constantly practice and recollect the light of the Dharma. Namo Dharmaya. We, disciples of Gautama Buddha, are always aware of ourselves by day and by night. Constantly practice and recollect the light of the Sangha. Namo Sanghaya. May we be well, may we be happy, may we be healthy, may we be peaceful. May we be free from suffering, greed, anger, delusion, hatred, violence, ignorance, etc. May the Buddha and Bodhisattvas bless and protect all, anytime, anywhere. Sadhu, Lantai, well done and excellence.
Thank you, Brother Hilak, for your reciting, sharing the merits. We hope this week we still have one learning, and we would like to wish my brother and sister peace, joy, happiness, understanding. Nam mô Buddhaya, Nam mô Dhammaya, Nam mô Sanghaya. Dạ, mến chào cô Diệu Thúy, cô Tự Quy Lạc, Sister Hạnh Minh, Brother Pháp Thanh, and Brother Hy Lạc. Have a good night.